The story of Hylee Farm began in 1947 when Bob and Jane Belling Steffenhagen decided they wanted to breed horses. One day, when out driving, they saw a mare standing out in the pasture, when all of a sudden something startled her, and she took off with a big trot and her tail up over her back, then stopped, turned around, and snorted at them. That day they purchased Dolly May, who was in foal to Justin Dart. The result was filly born in 1948 named Hylee's Lady Justin. Bob, an electrician by trade, did all the training of the young stock in hand and under saddle. Jane had a good eye for the horse and helped show in hand, as well as did a lot of the promotion for the farm and the Morgan breed in Wisconsin. Bob and Jane's daughter, Jackie, followed in her dad's footsteps in the barn, learned to clean stalls, how to ride, observed the long hand work her mother did planning breedings and promoting the farm. Hylee's Farm strives to breed sound, trainable horses with a long top line, always working off the hindquarters with good, strong hocks. Their first main stud was Squire Skimp, who won several championships in the early 50s. They then purchased the Great Torchfire as a weanling, who went on to be undefeated in hand 5 years in a row. Iconic mares include Illawarra Marie, who Jane purchased simply because she was the only one to beat Lady Justin. At that time, the cross of Torchfire and Illawarra Marie was so in demand, most of the foals were spoken for prior to foaling. That cross also brought the first set of living twins to the Morgan Registry in 1959, and both were fertile. Other productive sires at the farm were Justin Dart, Hylee's Just a Parade, Serenity Flight Time, HBK Fancy Dan, Hylee's Galaxy 7, and Hylee's Rare Flare. Other notable horses of the Hylee breeding program include Hylee's Torch Song, Hylee's Goldsmith, Hylee's Fanflare, Hylee's Seven Roses, Hylee's Galaxy's Wild Irish, Hylee's Top Brass, Hylee's Teardrop, Hylee's Dan Wright, Hylee's Lock and Load, Hylee's Vanity, and Hylee's Dan Osgood, and Hylee's Showtime. As Jackie says, in order to breed again, you need to sell. Therefore, many of the horses bred by the farm went to other trainers. However, she still has Hylee's Rare Flare at home, who, at 30 years old, she still jogs 3 days a week. He has sired such winners as Hylee's Bushmill and Hylee's Pin Oak Dude. It's obvious the impact the Hylee program has had on the Morgan breed, with close to 300 registered horses sporting the prefix. Jackie says, "I would like to thank all the owners and trainers who developed horses with the Hylee prefix. Being inducted into the Breeders' Hall of Fame by AMHA means a great deal to me, one of the most important honors a farm can receive from its peers." Hylee Farm was fortunate to have the start with the people who decided they wanted to be involved with the Morgan breed and delivered a filly who helped set a standard that they would build their program on. To have been able to continue the breeding program and the history and drive over the years has brought me great joy. We are honored to induct Hylee Farm into the AMHA Breeders' Hall of Fame.